Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for February 10th, 2017. We're going to have this storm system that affected our area yesterday now well out of the picture. It's been way out of the picture up into southeastern Canada here in the Canadian Maritimes. In its place, we're going to have high pressure off to our south today. So we are going to have at least the beginning of the day start off with high pressure in place, and that means we're going to have mostly sunny skies early on, but we will have clouds increase later in the day because we have a warm front that's going to be pushing toward the area and then eventually through the area during the overnight hours. I do want to backtrack a little bit because we're going to go back to yesterday, and I'll go about 18 hours prior. Now, this is that same storm that is now well off to the northeast. This is what it looked like yesterday around noon or thereabout when you had the low pulling away. The snow was right to about here in New Jersey and moving northeast with this low. Now, what happened yesterday with the southern areas? We actually put on our Facebook page anyway, and it seemed to cause a lot of confusion. We said that most areas would meet projections. We had a lot of people that were right down here in these areas, right here. Okay, if you go anywhere in these areas right here, we were getting people saying that we missed the projection. Okay. Well, that area right there those are southern areas. Those are the ones that were ripped off yesterday, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Well, just to clarify, when we say that most people were going to reach projections, our entire coverage area, I'm going to extend this out here. This is our entire coverage area, okay, right here, and also northern Maryland. All right, so if you only miss this little spot here out of the whole coverage area, that's not really missing it as a whole. So we make those generalizations sometimes. I don't want to make it belittle the areas that we missed, and there's a lot of people who are down here who are complaining. But that's how that works. So we make a post it's generalized for the entire area, and 70% or greater of the coverage area actually worked out the way we projected. We are going to have some areas in our map sometimes it will not work out, and it just happened to be a little bit larger of an area than usual. The reason that was happening is you had this developing area, low pressure, was coming over West Virginia, decided to come over the Delmarva just like this, kind of passed right over Cape May, and then head up in this direction like this as it was intensifying along the way here. The problem is, and this was modeled to do so, but the models expected the cold air advection coming in from the north, which is when this low pressure system was moving eastward here, to pull this cold air down at a faster rate than it actually did. It also actually tracked a little bit further northwest too, which kind of prevented that process from happening. So if you lived along I-78 and points north, you did pretty well with the snowfall. But south of there, we started having issues, and that's because that cold air was lagging behind the precip. So when you basically had the area low pressure sitting right about here, right over the Delmarva, okay, and instead of all the heaviest precip at that point is right around here. This is where the heaviest precipitation was at that time. The problem was the cold air was hung up. So when the precipitation arrived and it was heavy, you certainly had the precipitation amount in liquid equivalent, but the precipitation the cold air had not arrived yet. So areas around I-78 points north, you did well with that because the cold air was in place, but south of there had a little bit of issues. Again, this wasn't modeled to do this. So we can only work with the tools that we have available, and nothing really was on this. So that's what happened with yesterday's storm for those particular areas. Again, clouds are going to increase today. We have a warm front that's going to be moving off to our north. I can't rule out for at least our central and northern areas a brief snow shower along with this, just up in these areas here primarily, and that's going to be this evening if that occurs. It will be cloudy overnight, so we're going to have increasing clouds today, remaining very cold, below freezing in most places, and then we have this warm front move through off to the north. For the most part, it's going to be a dry frontal passage, except for that opportunity for a snow shower for the far northern areas. And then we have a mostly cloudy day here on Saturday. Should stay mostly dry. We have some showers moving in, though, overnight. These will be rain showers. Again, the warm front move through. It's going to increase temperatures so that the rest of the weekend is going to be on the milder side. And this moving in here is Sunday. Here are some people saying something about snow on here on Sunday, or it's trending in that direction. I haven't seen anything like that, so I don't know what people are asking me about there, but we are not looking at any snow here on Sunday. We are, though, looking for showers, and it will continue through much of the day here, during the day here on Sunday, and that's with this area low pressure here. That's going to end up going up into the Gulf of Maine here, and again, giving them a pretty good snowstorm up in New England. Go figure. That's the pattern. We get a week going by us, and it gets up here, and they get this big blizzard up here in the Gulf of Maine. It figures. Absolutely figures. But then we go into early next week. We keep the mild temperatures in place. We are dry, though, for Monday and Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, people are asking me about this one, too. Do you have this big storm rumored to come here in the Wednesday, Thursday timeframe? Well, this is it. This is what you're talking about, I guess. This needs to dig a little bit more, come further south in order to do something. And right now, it's staying further north. So we're not expecting anything to be big in our area here right around the middle of the month. They're saying that, Wednesday, Thursday time frame. I'm not seeing anything right now that Wednesday, Thursday time frame. I'm showing that entire frame. Wednesday, Thursday, there's nothing here. And that's pretty much indicative of all the models. There is a signal, and that's this system right here. But it needs to behave a little bit differently than what it's showing right now, other than just a few light snow showers possible, like with a Clipper-like system. So a lot of time to look at that yet. There are opportunities for change, and you do have an opportunity for a system here, and you got one a couple days after that, heading into next weekend as well. But those are just signals. That's all they are. There's nothing really concrete, so I don't want anybody getting excited about a big storm coming when it might not be. So nothing modeled right now. We'll see. We'll see what the models trend to in the next couple of days. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for February 10th, 2017. Have a great Friday.